Welcome back, and in today's video, we have another update with the Trisha Paytas situation. It appears that she's deleted all the tweets that she put out during her breakdown on Twitter and released a video addressing everything. But this response was more of her not taking any accountability and shifting blame. In this video, she also says her fiance Moses is pursuing legal action against the girl who has come out against him. She's also moved to false strike down videos that document her behavior and more. I guess this is a sort of a part 3, so I'll be putting all these videos into a playlist. They will be in the pinned comment. Appreciate you for being here today and exploring YouTubers. If you're unfamiliar, Trisha Paytas is a YouTuber with over 5 million subscribers. She's recently posted a video addressing everything, and I've went through and watched this video, so you didn't have to. It was 30 minutes long, even though she said it was going to be a short video. I have discovered some things, but before we get into that, it looks like YouTuber Mysterious, who's been really covering this Trisha Paytas situation in depth, probably the most details and videos I've seen in a while. Well, her videos have been taken down, but why? Mysterious is a smaller YouTuber with just 38,000 subscribers. She posted in her community tab, "Just want to let you guys know what's going on. The night of Trisha's breakdown, I received 3 separate privacy complaints on 3 separate videos. I didn't go public with it at the time because I felt bad that she was having an emotional breakdown. So I was trying to get it handled behind the scenes. Episode 1 and episode 1 part 2 and the live stream I did before part 2 came out vaguely talking about the teacher are the videos that all got hit with these complaints. All 3 videos had public information, nothing private, and the timestamps were specific to Trisha, not the teacher. Everything was public information that was straight from Trisha's mouth and or social platforms. Episode 1 part 2 has been removed by YouTube for these complaints that were put on the video. I have decided to private episode 1 and the live stream since the main video exposing all of this has been taken down due to these complaints, and I don't want to risk anything with my channel. This is only temporary till I can get this figured out." Now, I can't say for sure, so I'm going to speculate here, so put on your tinfoil hat. I think there is a high possibility that Trisha may have done these complaints when she was going through a breakdown. Now, again, there is no evidence of this at all, so you do have to form your own opinions. I don't think that we can say that she did it for sure, but doesn't look good. Mysterious tweets on September 15th, "Why am I still having to argue about this is beyond me. 2020, I received a claim from the D'Amelios with the clip of them eating oysters. The claim was immediately right when I uploaded it because it was automated to find the clip. Trisha's claim was manual. There is the difference. See the emails. This points out content ID. This one says manual review." And as you're going to see later in this video, Trisha does make a reference to Mysterious's video and how she seems to be bothered by it. Trisha uses SuperBam Inc. to claim these videos, but she is involved with it. Every claim I've seen from Trisha is from this company, example below. I'm not stupid. I know the difference between automated and manual and the difference between content ID versus manual claims. On June 16th, T-Spill tweeted, "Hi Trisha Paytas, I don't know why I received a copyright claim on your behalf for 40 seconds of a TikTok. Please tell them to release it." Trisha says, "Hi, no idea what this is or what TikTok. Maybe there's a copyrighted music. I have no clue. I don't strike stuff and none of my music is copyrighted, so..." Trisha Paytas is 100% lying here. There is no doubt about this. The difference between content ID and manual claims is clear, and I've seen multiple creators who have their companies that accidentally strike down a video because of content ID. Well, they just go over there and they release it. So to see her so blatantly saying this is just, and if you go to SuperBam.com website, you can actually click received a claim, and it says if you received a claim from SuperBam that you believe was made in error, please complete this form. So you can actually, acknowledge it. Under Mysterious's tweet on September 15th, 13 hours ago, YouTube tweeted, "Jumping in. We're taking a look at the privacy complaints and the content ID claims. Someone will be reaching out to you via email once we have more info to share." To which Ethan Klein says, "Yay, Team YouTube always comes through." Now, last video we talked about the breakdown that Trisha Paytas was having on her Twitter, and today, if you go to her Twitter, all of those videos, they're removed. Trisha said in her Addressing Everything video that the reason she removed this stuff is because she wasn't comfortable with it being out there, as she was indeed having a breakdown. So if you're completely unfamiliar with this situation at all, essentially what has happened is Trisha Paytas and Moses Hackman, her fiance, are set to be married in November. But several things have came out, some serious things about Moses, where he is apparently taking up legal action against somebody that's came out with a serious alleged event. And Trisha Paytas had been quiet about this for quite a while until Ethan tweeted about how he removed episode 17 of the Frenemies podcast because of some things that Trisha said about a teacher and what he had allegedly done. Now, we're going to go through this Addressing Everything video. Grab your tea and snacks. Let's get into it. Addressing Everything, released September 14th, 2021. Likes and dislikes off, comments off. She starts off by saying that she felt pressure to make this video.
First and foremost, I want to apologize for my posting my psychotic breakdown. I had a snap, and I snapped, and I didn't know what to do, and I was uncontrollable.
So during this breakdown, Trisha doubled down on a situation about a teacher and some things that she alleged that he had done. It turns out several of these things were false and very inconsistent within her story. And this was why episode 17 of Frenemies was taken down. Now, it's important to note, for several years and on multiple occasions, Trisha alleged that this teacher hurt her, and each time she told the story, different things changed. The stories were different from time to time, and she not only broadcasted his name to millions of people on multiple occasions, but she also told them to go search him up.
Someone else spoke up years later, and he ended up getting arrested. Byron, Illinois. Look it up. His name was Mr. Riney, for looking up at school.
Trisha also states in her Addressing Everything video that she wasn't lying about these situations, but she was misremembering them.
This lying thing has come around recently, and Trisha lies so much. There's a difference between misspeaking, hearing things and not getting all the facts right, not fact checking, and also versus sharing something you know to not be true for the malicious intent of tricking someone or making someone look bad. And so I get stories mixed up. I hear things from people and I don't fact check, and that was ultimately why I should never have had a podcast. I should never have been on Frenemies.
After she admits that she says things that she just hears and that she doesn't fact check, she goes on to say that where she formally alleged that this person was arrested for child P-word, the not good stuff, she says that he was actually fired for having a P-word on his computer, which is not the same as child, very bad, inappropriate images.
Having said that, I have never lied about any things that have happened to me. I've only felt comfortable enough sharing and stating the name of somebody after I had been told about what I said, and I will correct myself, was arrest for C, which is actually fired for watching P in a classroom full of kids.
Now, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that those two things contradict each other. And another thing to point out is after she admits to saying this dude's name on multiple occasions to millions and millions and millions of people over several years, she actually shifts blame from herself and says it wasn't her that put this person and their family in danger, but it was the H3 subreddit and indirectly Ethan Klein.
First and foremost, the family's getting doxxed. This man in question is deceased, and the family is getting harassed, which it's turned into a lot. And the source of all this is the H3 subreddit. That is without a doubt where it's from. I check it like I would check up on a toxic ex-boyfriend, trying to figure out what they're saying, what's happening next, and that's where all of it's stemming from, all the information and the harassment. And I was just getting harassed constantly over the weekend, saying apologize to the person because of a video that someone just Googled some facts, said this person is this and this, saying their name. So it's sending more hate to the family. So
this is very difficult for me to process, for the main reason is that she is blaming the H3 subreddit for things that she's actually done. But there is an important thing to talk about, is that some people have come out about this teacher, and the stories between these people are also contradicting, but Trisha actually talks about this, saying,
now someone did come out, a former classmate of mine, which it's easily verifiable that this was a classmate. We were in the exact same class the same year. You can find it in a yearbook and see it. There was yearbook pictures back then. And this person came out, their Twitter account was established in 2012. Everyone's first accused me of making up this account. Why would I make up an account in 2012 with somebody I went to school with's name?
Now, I don't know 100% for sure if this person is Trisha's classmate. I don't doubt it. Very possible, but even though this could be a classmate, it's very hard to determine if the story that they say is correct, because other stories have come out and it's just what was said originally is not the narrative that's being placed now. First off, they say, I'm not saying he was arrested for child inappropriate imagery. I'm just saying he was very handsy with the girls and was fired for watching inappropriate things. Hold for the message from my dad. Her dad is said to be a police chief. Now, I don't know if this is true either, but this is what he says. She says, do you remember Mr. Ronnie being fired for watching inappropriate things on his computer while students were in the class? And he says, vaguely. To me, that's not a very descriptive response, but again, I'm not trying to call these people liars. I'm just saying that I don't think this is corroborative as much as they think it is towards Trisha's stories. They go on to say, and I don't know who all he did it to, so someone else's experience could be totally different than mine, but I know he would rub our shoulders and go way too low. Now, I'm not going to say this changed my life, because it didn't, but he definitely did that. She also claims that she could get a hold of the principal who worked there then. Again saying, it's true, I went to school with her, he wasn't arrested for child inappropriate imagery, but he was fired for watching inappropriate things at school, and yes, he used to grab us while we played Heads Up 7-Up. So now we have at least one person who is corroborating Trisha Paytas' story, but then there are two other people that came out that remember this situation that say completely different things. One person says there are pretty serious alleged events made by a famous internet person, which I'm finding it hard to believe considering he was employed in 2 other schools after Byron, to which somebody says, I remember him. 6th grade, if I remember correctly. There were some alleged things that he was looking at inappropriate content, maybe worse, on school computers. The other side of the story was that he was set up by parents that didn't like him for one reason or the other, with a link to questionable content in an email. Last time I heard anything about it was probably almost 15 years ago. It's been a long time. Why are rumors of the alleged things going around now? The second message, hi, I was a student of blank and blank in 6th grade. My dad was also decent friends with him as he taught at Byron and coached his sons. From what I recall from my dad, blank opened an email from either a coworker or a friend that had inappropriate content. A student saw it and reported it to their parents, and he lost his job. He did go on to teach and coach in other districts after that. He was also never inappropriate ever. He also helped with women's basketball. Trisha Paytas was a year younger than me in school, and from what I recall, she was mostly homeschooled during her 6th grade year. I just really feel like if this dude was really involved with some of these serious alleged events like people are saying, that he would not be able to go on and teach. I would hope not. But honestly, I feel like the situation here, there's so many multiple sides, and Trisha Paytas had so many contradictions to her stories over time that it's absolutely too much.
During the game, all this stuff, and then, he did get fired for, and then people are making excuses for that even. There's, no matter what I say, it'll never be good enough. And now that someone's come forward, that person's getting hurt. Well, first they think it's me, but now there's an actual person getting hurt. Her actual family's getting hurt. Her dad, and yes, she put out that information to be like, look, this is me, but now they're getting hurt. I try to follow her as of today to at least reach out and just at least say thank you for just, because she did say, like, no, he wasn't arrested. And the person who told me originally, they also had instances with, similar in our sphere. And so thank you for, she had a different thing and different reaction and all that stuff like that. But
so she's very adamant about the verification of this classmate that corroborates her story, but she doesn't bring up the other stories that talk about the situation that seem to not verify her story. So that is just more stuff that leads me to say that she is definitely making this hard on everyone. And then on top of that, she's talking about people receiving hate, but it's almost like she doesn't realize that she's the root cause and the source of all of these things. Like, she caused this stuff. Her continuation to misremember things and to say things that were not true made this happen. But I want to go back real quick. Did you guys catch that when she said this?
Because she did say, like, no, he wasn't arrested. And the person who told me originally, they also had instances with, similar in our sphere. And so thank you for, she had a different thing and different reaction and all that stuff like that. But
now, if you remember when we read the messages about her classmate, you'll know that this is actually what the classmate said. She actually said, and I don't know who all he did it to, so someone else's experience could be totally different than mine.
She had a different thing and different reaction and all that stuff like that. But
so what this is an example of how Trisha has read something in the past, and now when she's telling a story at a different time later on, her brain is rearranging things, and it's coming out not like it really is. I thought this was important to bring up because of how she said,
I get stories mixed up. I hear things from people and I don't fact check. And that was ultimately why I should never have had a podcast. I should never have been on Frenemies.
So she's still actively doing this. And I've said this for a long time now. Trisha, take a breath, get a pad of paper and a pen, write this stuff down so you don't get on the internet and broadcast something that is potentially dangerous for people that will hurt them or yourself. I actually find it really difficult to believe that she doesn't know what she's doing. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say that. I'm just trying to be observant. It's like she says she wants people to stop talking about her, but she's the one that continues to talk about them and situations that perpetuate this type of stuff. She says this.
It sent me into an absolute panic. When they wrote back, you can't tell us what to do. And I was like, I'm just asking. I am just pleading. I don't know. I've stopped talking about them. I don't want to continue this. I've made that clear so many times.
So I don't know if you guys catch this, and this is something that she does a lot, where she makes a video saying, I've stopped talking about them, but she's actually talking about them. So if Trisha truly was to stop talking about them in these situations, and that's what she actually really wanted, then she would stay off of the internet. But like she said, she's been doing this since 2006, and she works on the internet, and this is what she does, and she's not going to stop. And it's my belief that she's going to continue to perpetuate this because it's views, it's money, and that's what she wants.
So I work online. I'm not leaving. I want to live harmoniously. And again, if this is karma coming my way for frenemies and years of talking about and gossiping about people, I take it and I actually thank the universe for teaching me this lesson, because it's life ruining. It can be life ruining.
So she's did it again. She's shifting blame. She's saying that this is karma for when she was on Frenemies, which is inadvertently aiming back to Ethan's channels. So she's again shifting blame towards them, not taking any accountability for herself in the words that she says. She's been doing this and getting into situations like this far before Frenemies, far before she was involved this much with Ethan Klein and his family. So you guys really got to pay attention to this type of stuff. We're going to switch up gears a little bit and talk about her fiance Moses Hackman and the things that have been alleged towards him, and it looks like they're going to be taking legal action.
I'm breaking, Moses now has these extremely serious, but now it's just it's filtering into his work, and people are tweeting and just really taking a really strong, which now has to be done. Now we have to deal with it legally, right? As it should be at this point, because now it is affecting work. It's not just a rumor. It's not all you know what I mean? And it's now will be addressed, and it will be addressed, it has to be addressed legally and not on for public spectacle display and back and forth and all this stuff like that.
She again goes on to start shifting blame, but the main thing is, if you're not aware, the things that have been alleged towards Moses is that he had stealthed a girl that he was alleged to have been cheating on with. stealthing is a form of SA and is outlawed in California most recently. We talked about that in the first video in this series. So again, I'm going to put all these videos in a playlist below. But as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So just go ahead and leave your creative and your interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes as always, brothers and sisters. I will see you in the next video. We're going to need positivity turtles in the chat. And if you're new here, this was given to me by a family member whom I do love, and they told me to set this in front of me, ceramic turtle, to remind me to stay positive during talking about videos with heavier topics. And I really appreciate it, and it really does help me. So spam some top positivity turtles in the chat because I'm pretty sure it helps with the algorithm as well. And shouts out to everybody who's donated in the fundraiser for RAIN to help survivors in difficult situations. We are over $12,300 right now. So we're getting, building up to 13K. And if you want to help me get to 13K, let me know that you donated. It should be to the right on desktop below me on mobile, somewhere like right here. And man, us as a community, we are putting in a lot of good work, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to my patrons. If you guys want to support what I do here on this channel and get your name at the end of my videos, the link to the patron will also be in the pinned comment. And that's just another way to show that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're gigging. Hey, you do that. I'll get you subscribe and notifications turned on. Be in the comment section after every single video because I'm going to be there. Greg the Cat's going to be there, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well. And I expect to see you there too because this channel loves you. That was a good video. I think this was the conclusion of the series. Maybe.